It's still unacceptable. I don't care if you're a backup, you're a fourth string. It's football. The premise of the game is to tackle, right? I mean, we're not playing two-hand touch, hip, pull, flag football. It's tackle football. This is the NFL. Or, no, it's not. Sorry. This is college football, right? Huh. Hey, they're lucky it's not NFL because that would be worse. This is college football. Welcome back, everybody, to Inside the Huddle podcast. I'm Alex Maas. It is just going to be me today. I'm just going to kind of go on my own. We're talking about the Wisconsin Badgers and college football itself and coaching and everything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it already, starting with the Badgers. It's a proud football program, I would say. They're in the middle of a bit of a storm right now. It's early October, right? People are wondering why Luke Fickle isn't fired. He gave us our first losing season, missed bowl game in like 22 years. Fans aren't happy, right? Obviously, team's struggling. The media is wondering. Every week, Wisconsin's going to be a middle team. It's felt like that for the past 2 years now. Maybe I'd say since Brees Hall left. If that's not ridiculous to say, it just feels like they're drifting further away from what it used to be, and I think everyone else kind of agrees. Their discipline, their toughness that they had, all of that, it's just kind of going out the window. That started since Paul Christ a little bit, right near the end of his trajectory, leading into Fickle's era. I think if you dig deeper, though, it's not just all about Luke Fickle and the mistakes he's making. I think there's just a lot more that goes into this. And I kind of got this setups with me here today. We're going to go over and just kind of give looks onto what's been going on with the team and whatnot. Starting with like the basics pretty much. Badgers are 2-3, right? We're 0-2 in the Big Ten. We lost to Maryland 27-10 at home. At Camp Randall, that can't happen, right? We did just get Billy Edwards from Maryland. Obviously, he got hurt like the 2 weeks into the season. We had Daniel Neal come in. He's been battling with injuries too, so we're on our third string quarterback. It hasn't looked good, right? Off the rip. I mean, it was the same thing last year when Tyler Van Dyke got injured against Alabama. We lost him, and we had Braden Locke be our quarterback for the rest of the year. Obviously, we know how Braden Locke is as QB. I don't think Wisconsin fans like to talk about it. It's disappointing, right? It hurts. And then this weekend we lost to Michigan. That 24-10. We looked hot. I'll get into that in a second. I want to talk about a little bit of the earliest season. 2-3, like I said, we did beat Miami in our first week and 17-0. It looked decent, right? Daniel Neal looked like he did play a little bit, yeah. We saw some flashes. The team looked hot to begin, and then we came out next week and beat MTSU 42-10. That was a good. O'Neal had 283 passing yards. That was a good sign. It was showing flashes, right? He went 23 of 27, 3 touchdowns. Obviously, it's MTSU. They lost to Austin P this year, so it's not nothing to be special or brag about. But it's a good win. We put up the points. It's always good to see Wisconsin put up those high number points like they used to back in the 2010s and everything like that. And then Alabama came, and kind of just showed who this Wisconsin Badgers team truly is. And then Michigan last weekend, or this past weekend, Michigan happened. We started the game off hot. I was watching the game just off the beginning and said, I thought, well, I'm not going to get my hopes up, but it does look like we do have a little bit of hope for this game. We started with a 75-yard drive touchdown with Dylan Jones. Dylan Jones did play pretty well in that game. It looks like we had a hard start, right? After that beginning drive, we had 9 consecutive drives of punting the ball or turning it over. There was obviously one call, the interception late in the third quarter, I think it was, that kind of changed the trajectory of the game. I won't say it changed the whole game or the course of the game. It changed a little bit of the momentum, right? They missed a PI call, obviously. Michigan loves to get away with things, though, if we're being honest. It looks sloppy. And that's how it's felt watching this Wisconsin team for the past 2 years. They felt sloppy. I don't feel like Luke Fickle really feels comfortable in this spot. Obviously, we know he led that Cincinnati football team when it was a 14 playoff era. He led Cincinnati to the playoffs. And that's what he was expected to do here in Wisconsin after Christ. And I just don't think that's what we've seen at all. It's disappointed. I've been to a few of the Wisconsin games in the past years. You can tell there's been a momentum shift, right? There's been a change. We finished with 75 rushing yards throughout the game. We had 7 in the second half. Vinny Anthony, on the other hand, had 97 catching yards. If that makes you any bit having 7 rushing yards in the second half. What do you say? What do you say? I don't know. You tell me, right? This is a Wisconsin team that, by the way, has been dominant in the running game for the past decade, longer, maybe even. They've been a dominant powerhouse, and to have 7 rushing yards in a second half it's unacceptable. I don't care if you're playing Ohio State. I don't care if you're playing Alabama. It's Michigan. 7 rushing yards in the second half. You don't even finish with 100. It was sloppy, obviously. Hunter Simmons, the backup QB, came in. He didn't look awful, right? I would obviously say he looked better than Danny O'Neal has been. Hunter Simmons, 18 to 29, 177 yards, no touchdown passes. He looked okay though. I definitely say he looks like he can play the game. We'll see against Iowa this week if he is playing. I don't know if the injury report looks like as of now, but I definitely would say he has potential to be at QB2 maybe. So it looks bright there. I would say that's like an upside to it. But for being a team knowing to pound the ball and whatnot, it's like we're in an identity crisis. We don't know who we are, right? Looking into it, yeah, coaching, right? Luke Fickle was booed at the Maryland game. Fans were screaming "Fire Fickle" at the game. It's frustration, and I'd understand it considering what he's done in the past 3 years he's been here, which isn't much. Isn't really. I wouldn't say it's really anything at all, considering what his resume was and what he was brought in to hope to do. I don't think we saw it much. And we can lose. We can live with losing, right? It's part of the game. People are going to lose. You're not going to have these undefeated seasons anymore, especially now that the Big Ten, even college football in general, but even Big Ten looking with the addition of UCLA, Oregon, all that, it changes it, right? It makes things different. Clock management, though, it was brutal. We finished the game with all 3 of our timeouts, all 3 in the final minutes, and Fickle didn't use a single one. He just watched it wind down. And that's another thing I'm going to talk about later on, too, is just watching Luke Fickle himself during these games. No timeouts is awful. It's a mistake. I can understand you want to watch, make sure you get the ball back right. You can hopefully force a turnover. Hopefully something big comes up for you on a big stop or a third down stop, anything like that. But no, it didn't happen. Obviously, we looked like we didn't know how to tackle out there. Obviously, we have some safety injuries right now. We have, I know that's affected us since the beginning of the season. And almost every season, injuries like to come up and haunt Wisconsin. It's still unacceptable. I don't care if you're a backup, you're a 4th string. It's football. The premise of the game is to tackle, right? I mean, we're not playing 2-hand touch, hip, pull, flag football. It's tackle football. This is the NFL. Or, no, it's not. Sorry. This is college football, right? Huh. Hey, they're lucky it's not NFL because that would be worse. This is college football, right? I said there was a play, Michigan score. They have 4 defenders, 4 backs, who all missed a tackle. They had one that wrapped around him, and he still couldn't make the tackle. I don't care what string you are. It's your job to tackle. You can't let it happen. It's awful, right? How many times am I gonna say it? Watching the game, right? It looked bad. It was bad. And every time I look at Luke Fickle in the game, he looks confused. He doesn't look like he's there. His body language is awful. He's always frustrated about something. There's no, this isn't right. Oh, well, this is, there's no urgency from him. There's no urgency. I don't see the passion. Even with Paul Christ, I mean, you see the passion in him with most of it, maybe to like his final 2 seasons. Fickle is emotionless. It's nothing. There's nothing there. You don't see anything from him. Every time I see him in the Alabama game, when we played him in the Alabama game, I maybe saw him a total of 3 times on TV when I was watching the game. I might have missed some times. I don't know, but I probably saw him a total of 3 times. And every time I saw him, he's just standing there. He's just like the same blank expression. Where's the passion? Like, where's this is the Wisconsin Badgers football team. We used to be something, and now we're losing to teams like Maryland. And people think Iowa are going to beat us, and Iowa did beat us 2 seasons ago. This is not the team we're supposed to be. We used to compete with Ohio State. We used to compete with big name teams. Something's changed. Obviously, we know we got rid of Phil Longo. The air raid offense wasn't working out. They wanted to switch from the run heavy offense to the air raid. Didn't work out. They fired Longo and they brought in Jeff Grimes. And now he's, under criticism too because we haven't seen rhythm. It just looks sloppy. It feels like they can't really get the ball moving at all. And obviously, it's a first year for him coming in for the Badgers. Can you hate him right away? Obviously, it's again, being the Wisconsin Badgers, you have expectations. If you rush the ball, if you have 7 rushing yards in the second half of a game, 75 yards total, and this is the Wisconsin Badgers we're talking about, it's a mistake, right? It's like they don't know what they want to be. Do we want to be air raid or do we want to run the ball? If those aren't working, I don't know. Run the ball on 3rd and 10. Let's run the football on 3rd and 10. I don't care if it's your third string QB. Throw the football. This is Michigan. We're playing Michigan. They recruit big guys. They have line. They have linemen. They aren't going to let up these rushings. They're not going to let up these up the middle rushing. It's unacceptable. They should know it. They know this by now, and they don't change it. So defensive wise, it's the same. I mean, Mike Trust has been okay. You can't hate on them if they're coming out on the field every 2 minutes because we turn the ball over and have to punt the football because we go 3 and out every damn drive, right? What do you say? You can't hate on the defense. They look good against Michigan to start. They had it. I saw flashes of potential and hope, and even in the other games against it looked like, hey, we got something. But they're being put out there every minute. They're on the field half the game, almost the whole game. And that's an offensive problem. That's not on the defense. Obviously, yeah, they're going to have to deal with it. That's part of football. But if you're not giving your defense any help, then yeah, it's going to all come crumble down. It is all going to come crumble down. And I'm going to move on to the next problem. 14th in the Big Ten. That hurts. They had us ranked last anyway. That's not the issue we're talking about, by the way. That's just something I just saw. We're 14th in the Big Ten. It's like basketball. It's like no basketball season hasn't started yet, but they always rank us last in the Big Ten, and then we just come out. Johnny Davis wants to perform and be the best point guard in time. John Tonje wants to come out and just start dropping 40 points everywhere. And then we end up finishing 3rd in the Big Ten. I think, what was it? We got second. We lost to Michigan in the championship in the Big Ten for basketball. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was. That's what this football team's supposed to be doing, right? Even if they consider this the underdogs, if we're looked at to be last in the conference, this team should, not would, because they're not. They should be making changes, winning these big games, winning the games that you have to win, but they're not. They're not. And that's my issue, right? And that's where it kind of gets to be a problem. And it's like, well, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to make these choices. That's a problem. Let's get into the next little conversation I want to have. And it's the most important thing on why Luke Fickle hasn't been fired yet, right? And it's money. Plain and obvious, plain and simple, it's money. If they fired him today, obviously we had to buy him out, and it's a hefty contract. It's between like 25 to 28 million, I think. That's like 80% of the contract. It's a lot of money. Remember, this is the Wisconsin Badgers, right? This isn't an SEC program. It's not Ohio State. It's not Oregon. It's Wisconsin. Where we might be a big school, we might be a big name school, but we're definitely not we're not SEC level. We also extended him. He got an extension through like the 2032 season, I think. That might have been a mistake, maybe. I'm just saying. Who knows? Right? But yeah, they extended him to maybe 2031, 32. That's some time. And I don't think Wisconsin fans give him another season. This is what I was talking about with coaching, right? I wanted to get into this too. We're in an era now where sports, it doesn't matter if it's basketball, football, professional, or college. This is a time now. Nobody's safe. Your job is not safe. The team that you play on is not safe. We saw that with the Luka trade. That has to do with something else completely. That's with the Luka trade and all that. That just shows you that nobody's safe in the NBA or in your sport. It doesn't matter if you're the best player in the league of what sport you play in. You're not safe. You can be traded just like that. And that's same with coaches. You can be gone just like that. And I say, since we're talking about basketball, I'll say basketball-wise, NBA, Mike Malone, who was just let go last year or a year prior, he 2 championships with the Nuggets, right? Championship 1 or 2, I forgot. He's a championship-winning coach, and they fired him. Same with the Milwaukee Bucks, since we're on Wisconsin. Milwaukee Bucks, Mike Budenholzer. He won them a chip, and he's gone. He's gone. Because what, they didn't start the season too hot. Well, that happens. That happens to everyone, right? Then they brought in Adrian Griffin. They let him get some time. They let him do his thing. And okay, looks, well, you don't know. It's just for now, right? Oh, no, they let him go quick. That's 2. And now there might have been personal issues between that with Giannis and Adrian. Who knows? There's always personal things behind firings, right? There's always something that they don't tell you. There's always something that they won't let you know. It's part of business. It's part of how the world works. And that's a regular job. That would be anywhere. It's how the world works, right? I got sidetracked. See, I don't even know where I am. Firings and whatnot. That's how it works. Then they brought in Doc Rivers. And we know how that goes. It's been awful, right? You can't really get rid of him because now you're paying 3 coaches. You still got Mike's contract, Adrian's, and now you got Doc Rivers, and he's not working out. He's not working out. So you're going to fire him, and then you got some more coach you got to pay, and then you bring in a whole new one, and everything else changes. That's what it's like for coaching nowadays. UCLA, their whole coaching staff just gone. Fire their head coach, offensive and defensive coordinator step down. Obviously, this weekend we saw against Penn State. That doesn't normally happen after just firing your whole staff. Now, what Nico Ameliava just did, Tim Skipper. And then, Deshaun Foster was fired, obviously, because that's UCLA was awful, 0-4. They didn't lead once. By the way, before this game against Penn State, they didn't lead once this whole season. So UCLA came out and did that. It's crazy. James Franklin's gone. That's bound to happen. I guess we can say that. James Franklin to Wisconsin, maybe. That could be nice. Get us some recruiting. Get us some. I mean, who knows? But let's get back into conversation. Obviously, I got sidetracked there. 28 million to get rid of him. That's what it would be to get rid of Fickle. It's a lot of money for Wisconsin. It can't happen. If you're Chris McIntosh, athletic director, it can't happen. Sorry. You might have to suffer for 2 more years, Wisconsin fans. 3 years. Sorry. It's a lot of money to fire him. The thing is, they don't have that money. Maybe they do. Luke Fickle's former mentor, former Ohio State coach Urban Meyer, came out in an interview, and he even said Wisconsin doesn't have the money. They're a non-SEC program. They don't get all this money. They're limited. They can't just go out and do whatever they want like these SEC programs can. They can't do all the extra things that just can't happen. They can't afford the buyout. I think he's right. I think he is. I don't think they want to or even can afford to do it. And it wouldn't be right. Yeah, it can maybe happen. Maybe at the end of the year. It'd be off if they can't do it in the middle of the season. It's financial suicide. It hurts them. It ruins everything. It screws up the trajectory for your program. It just can't happen. End of the season, we'll see what happens. If he upsets a team, but a big team like Oregon, Ohio State, and then, we have 2 other ranked teams, depending on how they play later in the season. If he can upset someone big or just win those big home games against the non-conference or non-ranked conference teams, we're okay. A big upset and a few other wins would be okay season this year. It can't happen later on. It needs to be fixed later on. But for now, that'd be acceptable. Like if we go out and beat Ohio State, I'm going to the game. I'll be there. I'll be reporting on it there as well. If we go to that game and we end up surpassing all odds, right? Something miracle happens. We get a 60-yard game-winning field goal. Who knows? That's a win. You can wrap up the season, go and play every other game. We beat Ohio State, who was the first-ranked team. That's a win. And then we even go up and beat Oregon the 2 weeks after that. There's 2 ranked teams, top 5 ranked teams that we beat. We lose every other game. Who cares? That's a win. That'd be a win, right? I think the program is kind of in a crisis right now. I think that they're holding on to the past while trying to be something new. And it's causing issues, right? It's obviously not working out. It's obvious while you're watching the game. They don't know what they want to be. They were a big lineman team. They used to run the ball over 200 yards every game. They'd run it 40 times a game. They could run the ball because they couldn't stop them. Who's stopping Melvin Gordon? Jonathan Taylor. Who's stopping them? No one. And that's what is expected of this program, but it's not happening. And that's where the fans and players and everyone is upset because this is not what they're supposed to be. Under Fickle, it's a modernization. I think they want to be new and they want to be different. And they're speeding up the tempo. They want fast-paced air raid, like I was saying with Phil Longo. They want new age things, and it hasn't worked out for them. Nothing was bled into the right direction, and it's an ugly transition. The old identity is not there, but the new one hasn't been set either. It's in a bind, like I said in the beginning. You kind of just got to look, like I was saying, you got to look to the future because obviously, they're not happy where we are now. Anything that would help this season, like I was saying, a big win against a ranked opponent, Ohio State, Oregon. I'd say Oregon would be the more likely one, but Ohio State would be beautiful, especially at Camp Randall. On the road at Oregon is going to be pretty tough. It buys Fickle time, too, I would say. Big wins against ranked teams definitely help coaches' resume. Definitely would make people happy with him, get off his back a little bit. I'm not like I'm not gonna be surprised if I go to Camp Randall next week, 2 weekends, and even though we lose to Ohio State, if we do, people are gonna still be screaming fire Fickle. I wouldn't be surprised. And it's awful for a coach to have to come into your home stadium and hear that. It obviously, I would think it lights a fire in you. I don't know with Luke Fickle though, because you never see emotions on him. I would think it lights a fire in you to say, hey, I can't let these people turn their back on me. I need to regain their trust. Something needs to happen. So, what do? Do you win 3 games? To go 3-9, call it a season? But you beat Oregon and Ohio State, maybe? I don't know. That's a season. It's not, it's dirty. It just feels dirty right now watching it. It's just sloppy and slow and dirty. And if they keep losing, it hurts. It hurts you. It doesn't look good. It affects the program, especially sloppy games like 27-10 against Maryland. It's not acceptable. At home, it's not acceptable. Personal opinion? Personal opinion is he needs to go after this season. 3 years is enough time, I would think. You haven't brought in really anyone high fashionable. I mean, Graham Mertz. Graham Mertz being like the biggest, supposedly supposed to be the biggest person for our team to help. He didn't do anything. Graham Mertz was the worst mistake Wisconsin made. So that was a Paul Christ move, obviously. I can't blame that on Fickle, but there's mistakes. It's a waiting game. Yeah, 100%. It's a waiting game. I don't think Fickle's safe. I don't know if there's anything this season that can prove him safe, except, like I said, those 2 upsets. And even then, you still, they don't mean anything. Because you already messed up. You've already started off sloppy. So, yeah, maybe you can build up. I mean, if you win out against Oregon, Ohio State, Illinois, they do and everything. You win out, maybe. Yeah, it's not going to happen. It's not. But it would definitely save him if he did. If he got lucky by miracle and won out and beat all these top 5 teams, yeah, he's safe. He's definitely safe. But it won't happen. So yeah, wrapping up. That's where we stand as of early October. Happy spooky season, guys. I'm excited for it. I know that sports are going to get more interesting. Weather's going to get more beautiful. It's going to be crazy. But that's really Wisconsin Badgers stand as of October. Our program's stuck in a limbo. Definitely hurting. Maybe in need of new coaching. Fan base is losing faith. It's like a classic football storyline. Right? It happens a lot. The Wisconsin not the first team to go through with something like this. They won't be the last. But it's not just about the football. There's other things inside of it: money, personal things, time. It all ties into it. You can't just snap your fingers and you have a new coach and you start winning games again. Things go into it. And that's what happens. Wisconsin fans are going to have to deal with it. Be patient. Obviously, it sucks. It hurts from being a team that used to win Big Ten championships and be the playoffs. No more. October decides everything for Fickle, though, and this program. What happens in this month will be the trajectory of the future for Fickle. I definitely think his time is up if we lose out this month. He's gone. I'm hoping Iowa's a team that we can just quickly beat and be like, that's a good win to get us back, get us back on track. We get a rhythm. If we lose this game to Iowa, which you really have to think it won't happen, but you never know now. It's awful momentum, and Ohio State game is going to be sloppy. I'm going to say it now. If we lose this game against Iowa, it's going to be sloppy. And Wisconsin fans should be ready to be in for it. Thank you guys for listening to me always, though. I want to thank you guys for your time. Again, Alex with Inside the Huddle. Be sure to give us a look on YouTube, Spotify, and keep watching. God bless y'all. Thank you.